Hi everyone and welcome to our tutorial on Canva and how to use Canva. Canva is a platform that has been created by very intelligent people for business owners, bloggers, website designers, social media people who want to create beautiful graphics but don't necessarily want to use Photoshop. Photoshop is an amazing program which I personally still use every day, and you can use Photoshop if you know it very well, but this is a great alternative if you want to use something to create beautiful images for your platforms. So I've already created an account, but I'm going to quickly take you through it. You can create a brand new account by going to canva.com, and you can check which kind of business you want to register as. This will customize it for you to a degree and help you find the designs that you most likely will be using. So I've already created an account. You just click on one of these buttons and follow the steps. It'll take you through step 1, selecting what type of purpose you're going to use Canva for, then what type of design you are going to create, and then it'll take you through a 23-second introduction. You only need 23 seconds to understand what Canva is about, but I'm going to give you some more details in this right now. I'm going to quickly run through the features once I log in, and then I'll create a design for you. So I'm just going to log in quickly. Obviously, I've already been designing on this a little bit. I've also tried to do the video 3 times already, and I made bloopers while I was talking, so I'm really trying not to make a mistake now again. So hopefully I'm doing this right. Anyway, so you'll see that I've got a couple of designs in here already, which I've done before. Once you start with this the first time, this will be completely blank, and you will still see suggestions of designs that you can create here. I'm running you through the dashboard quickly. This is the first screen that you will see. On your left hand side, this is your navigation panel. This is where your platform is. You can click here to create a design, and it'll give you all of the various templates that Canva uses. When you click here, all of your designs will be seen here. We are already active on that. Things that people have already shared with you are on here. You can create a team by inviting people to design on something with you. Excuse me. Information on your brand stuff will be here. You can find templates here. You can create folders up to 2 on the free version, and your trash folder is here for in case you have deleted something that you shouldn't have. So purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to show you just how easy it is to create a design. You can create a design by templates, and we're going to click on the create a design button for that. But if you know exactly what you want to design and the template isn't available in Canva, you can create a custom design template by using custom dimensions. And this is very handy, especially when it comes to print material, because you can design for print in Canva, and not a lot of people know this. You can even add little crop marks for your printer to know where to cut your document, as well as bleed. Now, bleed is the extra space you leave on the side of your design so that your printer doesn't cut off valuable image and words that you have. So, we want to create a new design. When you click on create a design, you'll see that there are various templates that load up, but for purpose. So they've made it wonderful to see that you can actually you can pick a design by the topic you want to do. So if you want to create a social media post, a document, you want to create items for your blog, marketing material, you can see there are print items there, your social media and email headers, as well as events and ads. So you don't have to go and search anymore for how big should my Facebook ad be. You can actually get it right here because it's already been set up for you. So let's quickly go through this. For purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to create a Facebook post, and it's someone recommended for me, which is great. Love it. Thanks for reading my mind, Canva. It'll open up a brand new tab for you, so you can always navigate back to your dashboard very easily. And when it opens up your Canva dashboard for the first time, you will see that you have a blank page here, which would be page 1. On this hand here, you'll see that you can copy this page again, so you can add more of the same ones below it. There's also a hidden little rubbish bin, so if you have more than one page in your design, you can delete pages. You can also add a new page, a new blank page, by clicking that button. At the bottom, you can see your images as slideshows, and you can also zoom in and out. You can make your design public, you can download it, and you can also share it and rename it. So this is our design. I'm shouting there. and it saves it for you automatically all the time, but there's always a chance that you might lose something. So before you exit a tab, always try save. You can go to file here as well and you can save it there. So on your left hand side, you'll see that it brings up layouts. When you do this for the first time, when you open up a brand new design, even if you've made designs before, your layouts, and this is your tip, your layouts will be paid for layouts that you see right here. But now I'm going to show you my little trick. So if you go to all of your designs, or you can just save this one and you can close it, which I'm not going to do now, but you can just as well. And this is the one, and I can open it in a new tab. Now look at this tip. When it opens up now, you are going to see the layouts that are free are appearing right at the top now. So you can go and select the template that you want. So I don't know if you've noticed this before, but it's pretty cool. You can use that. So when you select a template, it populates it to it immediately. And then you can go and edit the elements that you want, including the text, and you can edit the colors and the type of font and the size and the layout, the spacing, etc. And the background you can also do. I didn't notice there was a tie. I only realized that now. It also works with keyboard shortcuts. So if you press delete on your keyboard, it'll delete it. If you press Control Z, which stands for undo, it'll undo something. So I'm going to undo everything until it's clear, and there it's clear again. So it's literally as easy as clicking, and it'll bring that to you. So you can see this one is still paid for. So if it's paid for, you'll get a little watermark over it. You can delete some stuff, and then the basic layout is still there. A little bit of a tutorial there. I probably shouldn't show you that, but then you can add your own little background to that. Right, I'm going to undo until it's all gone again. Other elements that we work with, and this is where I spend most of my time on Canva. You can add photos, and yes, Canva has free photos which you can use, so you don't have to no longer scratch around on an image site or go and look for Google Images that you are allowed to use. A little tip, please try and be original in your photography or in the images that you use. Facebook and digital media and the internet is becoming a lot stricter with the images that you use. You can't just go and use someone else's photo from their Instagram account to go and promote your page. You also can't use an influencer who you've paid. You can't use their photos unless you have a service level agreement with them. So please make sure that you are using photos with permission. So that's very important. But you can find free photos here. Grids are literally layout grids, and if you've worked in Instagram before, you've used Instagram before, and you've used a grid maker, you know what that means. It literally adds a little frame with areas that you can populate photos in. Frames is literally a frame. You can see a little Polaroid there, which gives you a good idea what it is. Frames look a lot like grids, but the photos are right next to each other. You also get other little frames, which I'll show you in a second. You can add a photo into a phone, for instance, or into a photo frame. You can add shapes, squares, circles, other little shapes that you want. There are also lines, illustrations, like vector graphic illustrations that you can add to your design, icons, as well as charts if you want to create infographics. Now, what is very cool about charts, and it's new to Canva, you can insert your data and it'll store your data and reveal the graph for you, which is very cool, and you can actually create your infographic like that. It's great if you work in an industry where you want to speak with stats and you want to show stats to your audience and you don't want to pay a designer to make a massive infographic for you. So let's go ahead and show you the other features, and then we'll make a quick design for you. You can also add text. Awesome about Canva, again, they've created little layouts for you, so you don't even have to think that hard about what you want to add, and you'll see various types of designs have already been created for you. And if you scroll down, more will load, and there are a lot of free options for you as well. Canva has a great base of web fonts that you can use in your paid for version. In your premium version, you can upload your own fonts. So here's just a tip: if you want to create artwork for your own page, make sure that you use something that is aligned with your theme font that, or your CI font that you want to use for your business. So it just all looks fine. If you use different fonts all the time, people disconnect from your business and they don't recognize your images. We want to get to a stage where your customer actually recognizes your photos as yours. So try and use the same colors, the same fonts, but make it interesting and nice. You can also add a background color here. Those are types of backgrounds, and you can also use backgrounds that have already been set up. There are little pineapples or stripes. And again, almost everything is customizable. For instance, if you add this background right here, it'll fill the whole background. But when you click on it, you can actually change the color of it. And let's just change this to orange, or let's do to green. And then you can also add a filter to it if you want. And you'll see that filter has been added, and it's got a little shadow box around it now. So they already have something which would have taken you 10 steps to do in Photoshop in any case. I'm just pressing Ctrl Z and undoing stuff here to give us a blank canvas again. And then you can also go and upload photos. I've already taken the time to upload some photos. You can literally do this from File, Tutorials, Canva tutorial, and here are the photos that I've already added. So you can literally grab them, drag them to your browser, and upload them again, which will upload the photo for you. Now, this is a trick that not a lot of people tell other people when they are going to design something. There is a very big rule in graphic design that asks you to add high quality images. And most of the time when I say to people, send me an image, they either send it in a Word document, or they paste it into an email or into an Excel sheet, or they send me an itty bitty tiny photo and they expect me to make it a massive photo. It's not that easy. Let me give you an example. This photo that I uploaded now, you'll see is a tiny photo. When I click on it and it adds it to the Canva portfolio or canvas here, and you actually make it bigger, you'll see that it pixelates. Now, what I mean with pixelated, it goes doff. It goes gunky and glugh. So you see, you can't actually make out what it is at the end of the day. So that is a low quality photo. What I mean with a high quality photo is when we add something to it and we make it bigger, it still keeps its properties of a pretty photo. And you see it's still clear and it still creates its depth there. So it still uses its depth. So it's a good quality photo. So try and use better quality photos as often as possible. You can also add your logos in a PNG, and a PNG here with a transparent background means that you can insert this. Let's put that photo back there again. Just going to resize it so it fills the canvas. I'm going to click outside of it. I'm going to add the Fencer logo. Now you'll see the background is that of the photo. If you, for instance, have a image that you add onto there, I'm going to use this ugly photo just as an example, and you realize, but it's hanging over another image. You can go to arrange and you can send it to the back. Now you'll see a little keyboard shortcut here, and as I mentioned, you can still use your keyboard shortcuts like delete, Control Z for undo, Control C for copy, Control X for cut, Control V for paste. But you can also use Control and the little brackets that are right above your Enter button on your keyboard to send stuff to the back and to the front. Now, how this works is in layers. If you think of an onion has layers. Canva and Photoshop work exactly the same. So if you want to send something to the front or to the back, we want to send it up a couple of steps or down a couple of steps. This is exactly what we do with arranging. So if we want to send something to the back, we do that, and you'll see it goes behind the logo now. And that's exactly how layers work. I want to thank Tanya Horn on this group for teaching me that years ago. I didn't know that, but that's how we all learn. So again, I'm just pressing Control Z until I've undone everything, or I can literally just go and I can delete all the elements on this that I want, including the background, and we're back to square one. So that is the basics of the functionality of it. I'm going to create a little quick design for you so you can see how I do it, and then maybe catch a tip or two along the way. You can add free photos here, as I mentioned, but if you don't want to search for a heck of a lot of time, a heck of a long time, yeah, that's the right expression, you can actually go and search for the topic that you want, because Canva has thousands of free photos. Say, for instance, we want a photo of a cat. Type in cat into your search box, hit enter, and the free images will come up. You'll see the ones that are paid, which you can use if you are a upgraded member. But let's use this little cutie kitty cat here. And we've clicked on it and it's inserted into our design, and we are resizing it again. Again, if you're a regular Photoshop user, you'll usually want to hold in Shift once you're resizing something. You don't need to. That actually distorts the photo size, so don't hold Shift in, Photoshop users. On your photo, I'm going to just filter this now to give it a nice little filter effect here. Very much like Instagram. a sepia selfie there, and you can see that I can adjust the intensity and the brightness of it as well. I'm going to click out of there. I'm just clicking on the sidelines here, which takes away that. Then I want to add a little element. The element that I want to add, now if this confuses you, don't know how to go to the other elements, just click on the one that's open and that'll close it for you. And you can go on to shapes, which will open up all of the various shapes for you. You can scroll down to what you like. And say for instance I want to use that one there. I click on it and it inserts it into my photo, and you'll see that this one uses two colors. I know that because the two color pop-ups appear there. I can change the white there to, say for instance, a blue, and that I can change to a white, and that'll change the colors there. Obviously I'm not doing a beautiful design, I'm showing you examples here. And then I can add text to it as well. I can add pre-done text, or I can add a heading or a subheading or a little body text, which adds it when I just click on it. My test copy for this image, and I am going to make this very long. Okay, so as an example, you can see that this runs over it now. If you want to make this fit into that, you can drag it and it'll go longer. Hover over the edges of the image and you can drag it up, and you can actually see how that works. And you'll see guides appear which shows you where to add it into the center of the photo. If you are like me and you like things in certain order, you can select Ctrl A in your text box, selecting all the text, and you can change the font of it. You can then select the color as well, change the color, and then you can also change the font size if you wish, which will then change it to however you want it. You'll see if it changes again, you're going to have to drag it again. So you'll see my little guide appears to show me I'm right in the middle of the page vertically. So we're looking for the horizontal middle, and there it is. It tells you, it snaps to it, which is amazing. You can also make your text bold and italic. You can centralize it if you want. Woo! Sorry about that. Centralize it, or you can align it to the left. Or you can make all of your copy smaller case or uppercase or lowercase if you want to. You can add bullets to that. You can change your spacing as well. And this is something a lot of people ask me. Your letter spacing is literally for bringing your letters closer or further apart if you so wish. But your line spacing is if you don't like this space between your sentences to be that big or too small, you can actually make it smaller, or you can make it bigger. Okay. So for me, I'm going to centralize this because we're doing something here with that. I'm just going to click out of it because it makes it easier for me to work with that. Now I can see what it looks like, and I can go and centralize that again. Right, so there's a little design that I've now made, very quick and easy. I can go and duplicate this if I want to use the same type of template that I've just created, and they'll create another page. I can scroll down, if my internet will allow that, and then I can go and edit the new page, and you'll see I'm on page 2 right now. Now my little delete button appears. And I can also rearrange my pages. If you're working on a slideshow, for instance, which you can create in Canva as well, you can push your pages up or down. Okay, so that will become page number 1 now. Come internet. Right, so it's there. So the last thing I want to show you is downloading stuff. Downloading is quite simple. When you download something for social media, it's best to keep it as a PNG because PNG show the best. That's just the format the photo saves in. But when you click here on your file types, there's a JPEG file type and a PNG. PNGs are nice, quite large, clear colors. It saves your image beautifully. And you can also save for PDF and PDF for print. Now, PDF for print is very cool because you can add your bleed and your crop marks to it as well, which I've explained. But for now, we're going to download it for social media, just an example. We have 2 pages within this design. If I only wanted to download number 2, I could click in this box and I could just write number 2 in there, and internet will work now, and I can download that then if my internet works. There we go. So this pop-up box will appear, saving your design and getting it ready to download. Once it is downloaded, and it will download to your downloads folder or wherever you have specified downloads to go. So if you can't find it, go and figure out where all your downloads go, and that is where you will find your download then. Once it downloads, I use Chrome. My browser of choice is Chrome, so you'll be able to then view it in your downloads. And then when I click on it, I will be able to view the image with my little photo thingy here. If there's something that I don't like on it, I can always go back. If my internet would just work with me now, I can always go back. And I can edit the text. And I can always download it again. Now here's the tip for downloading for print. If you want to send something to your printer to print and you have the right dimensions, remember you can't use a Facebook post dimension to print a magazine article or to print a magazine advert. But use the right dimensions, so you can press on download, file type, come internet, and you select PDF print. Right here you'll see a little option that you can select for crop marks and bleed. So if you select that, that'll add that. I'm going to download it. If you download for print, it might take a little bit longer, so just be aware of that, because it's downloading and rendering it in a much larger size for you to be clearer, so it prints beautifully. So I'm just going to wait for this to download. When it downloads, my browser sets it to automatically open up that PDF. Let's see if it does. You'll see it's 30 megs big, so it's massive, which means the quality is really, really good on this. Just waiting for it to download. Finish downloading. And stuff for print usually is a lot bigger. That's why we have to use WeTransfer to send it to printers or a memory stick. We can't just email it usually. So that's almost done. When that's done, you'll see it opens up. And once it's open, just for example purposes, you'll see now that it's added bleed, which is this little extra mark here, and crop marks, which shows your printer where to actually cut it. So your printer knows this is the edge where it'll cut, and that is the edge that it'll cut. So that is basically it. I think with that, you'll be able to create some beautiful designs in Canva. And please share your designs with us. I'm going to upload this video to YouTube and import it into the website as well. And I'm also going to create a forum for questions if you want to ask questions about this, where everyone can ask you. So we have a lot of people using Canva on the page and on the group. So be sure to ask your questions. Ladies, it was lovely to chat to you, and I hope this tutorial helped you a lot.